Damilola Lawrence. This is Ask the Expert segment where we bring you conversations with professionals, industry leaders, entrepreneurs, and stakeholders, helping us understand the trends, opportunities, and challenges shaping business growth in today's economy. And yes, agriculture remains one of Africa's most important economic sector, providing livelihood for millions of people, while contributing significantly to food production, employment, trade, and national development. Yet, despite its enormous potential, the agricultural value chain continues to face challenges such as fragmented markets, limited access to valuable information, inefficient supply chains, post-harvest losses, and inadequate market opportunities for farmers and agri-businesses. Across the continent, digital innovation is creating new opportunity to connect farmers, merchants, buyers, and content creators within a single ecosystem that promotes transparency, efficiency, and collaboration. And yes, from digital marketplace to smart procurement systems to food savings and solutions and artificial intelligence, technology is helping us transform the way agricultural products are produced, marketed, purchased, and delivered. Today, we will be discussing building a digital ecosystem for farmers, merchants, buyers, and creators. Joining us in the studio this morning is Mr. Joshua Unanji. He is an entrepreneur, startup operator, and co-founder and chief operating officer of FarmStack. Joshua Unanji is an entrepreneur and startup operator with over 9 years of experience in product design and product strategy, business development, operation, and technology. And yes, as the co-founder and chief operating officer of FarmStack, he leads the operations of a technology-driven agriculture, commerce, and food security platforms that connect farmers, merchants, buyers, and creators across Africa's food and agricultural value chain. Good morning, and thank you for joining us in the studio this morning, Mr. Joshua.
Good morning. Thank you for the introduction, Nigel. Thank you.
So how are you doing this morning, sir?
I feel cool. Throughout yesterday, Trade FM was my DM. I was not sleeping, right, because I just wanted to be able to talk about agriculture and how it benefits Africa, right? Yeah.
All right. So to begin, what does digital ecosystem for farmers, merchants, buyers, and creators look like, and why is it important for African agricultural sector?
Thank you very much. That was a very smart question. A digital ecosystem, in a very simple form, is a connected platform for all of these guys to interact. I'll start with, imagine being a creator,
Okay.
another person is a farmer, myself as a buyer, and someone else as a merchant, doing our things in isolation. The value I get as a farmer remains the value as a farmer. But imagine a platform that connects farmers, buyers to sell seamlessly on the marketplace, and also a platform that connects creators,
Yes,
that tells African agricultural story all in one place. This gives us informed decisions. For a farmer, you know when to plant,
Yes,
what to plant, believing that you have buyers already waiting to buy on a particular platform. For creators, you know you are creating stories that tells that gives this leverage to farmers all over the world. Let me use Africa as a case study. We don't have so much creators in the agri space. Of course, you know other creators in other space, like IFA, the rest, but nobody talks about agriculture. But imagine Idabasi coming out to talk about food, how she process food. And me as a buyer, I am making informed decisions with our content to buy on the marketplace that's still connect the farmers. For everybody in the value chain, it's a fair value. The farmer knows he's getting paid for planting and knows that, of course, at the end of the day, there's a market to sell.
yes.
So that's what I can see the digital ecosystem means. A place that connects all of these players, key players of fair value.
All right. So what are some of the biggest challenges these different groups face today, and how can technology help bridge those gaps?
All right, thank you very much. This is a nice question as well. So permit me to say, FarmStack started with a pain point, right? My CEO's mother is an agricultural expert for 24 years, over 2 decades. So some of the challenges she faced as a farmer is planting at sunset and fighting for fair price at sunrise. That is, after harvest, there are no fairer markets for them to sell. And this is what millions of smallholder farmers face in the far north, Benue State, Taraba, and the likes. So, of course, most of the times, it often results to post-harvest losses for farmers because there are no wider markets for it to sell. And the little markets you have in your community, you are being forced to sell at the price those, I'll call them middlemen or market mafias, the price they give to you, and if you don't sell, I mean, there's a record of high level of post-harvest losses, right? So for buyers, can I ask a question?
Yes.
How do you feel always going to the market to, meet different markets or merchants to like compare prices and get quality food? It's just a question.
I think you have the answer to that.
All right, thank you so much. So for me, I'll say going to the market on the weekend to meet different merchants, compare price and get quality is just stressful for me. So why can't I have a platform that gives me credible prices and assures me quality produce? I mean, as a buyer, I'm safe. I don't have to, do all of those my 12 markets work around and labor markets. I know the platform is connected. Then for the merchants, it's often a challenge, a bottleneck for merchant and businesses to get supplies adequately. One of the challenges is logistics, right? You would agree with me that we are in Nigeria where, people are no longer safe. Imagine the goods coming from far Kaduna to Lagos. If the logistics system is not an insured company, of course, anything happens along that goods in transit, there's a loss for both the business. But having a system that actually gives you this credibility to like facilitate all of this process gives you rest, right? Let me use Africa as an example. Any goods coming from far north, there is always an insurance that covers this with a third-party insurance company. So if anything happens at any point, there's a company to go. But you transacting directly with somebody, the gap is still there. Traditionally, the gap is still there.
So how can digital platforms improve market access for farmers and ensure they receive fair value?
All right, thank you. The first question I would have loved to answer here is, are farmers that are educated to use digital platforms? But it's very becoming at farms that we integrated on-field workers to help these farmers upload their products on our platform. So I'll still use my CS model as a case study. Now she's limited to, because she stays in Benue, she do attend there. Imagine having just a community where you can only say to, I know about a wider access. So digital platform allows you to connect to wide market, like buyers from different locations, and this digital system make that works. So as a farmer, you know that if I'm planting 3 acres of cassava, I know there is already a market for me to sell via this digital platform, right? So that's a good way for farmers to earn fair value for their harvest.
All right. So what benefits do merchants and bulk buyers gain from sourcing agricultural products? Through digital channels.
Fantastic, right? I mentioned that before now. Unlike the normal traditional pattern where you have to meet different suppliers, compare prices, or even at some point you have to travel to these places to get so you don't get what I got, right? This digital platform allows you pick from their suppliers on a platform that is already verified. These suppliers are verified. We have a logistics system, we have a payment system that works. Unlike the traditional aspect that you have to do all of this stress, sometimes even paying to a farmer that you don't know is always a challenge. But paying through a secure system, is a win-win. And the logistics rail is another problem, right? Let's say you are transporting tomato from Jos to Lagos. Of course, you are not even assured of the quality at the end of the day because it's going to spend about 2 days to get here. So this digital system ensures that the logistics system is properly aligned. Let's say the cold storage system for perishable goods gets to your doorstep at a good condition. So bulk buyers, merchants, businesses they have this high level of satisfaction using these platforms.
So content creation is becoming an important part of many industries, yes? Now, what role can content creator play in promoting agriculture and supporting the agricultural value chain?
Thank you. Trade FM, do you do content?
Yes, we do.
Sorry, I'm asking questions, right? You do content to actually promote your business, right?
Yes.
To sell. In as much as you're not selling the product, you're selling the service, right? So for content creators, just like I said before, the agri-value chain has creators, but we do not know them. So digital platform like FarmStack, I'll see is my business because we are all integrated, all of the science put in one platform. So I'll say the major role content creators will play is actually make fair values for farmers. Alright? Let me give you examples. As a creator, I talk about agricultural tools that enhance farming. Let's say I'm trying to build ridges and it's taking me a lot of day. So what if as a content creator, there's this new enhanced tool that can help this work get easier? I mean, most people don't know about it.
Yes.
But coming to tell that story on a platform that still connects farmers to the marketplace, I mean, it's a fair value for the farmer already, because I know if I use this tool, I'm going to minimize time and it's going to be efficient for me. So they help tell the story of African agricultural story and at the end, give fair value to farmers. Not just farmers, but farmers are like the major priority, right? And what our platform does is this creator don't just tell the story and tell it as a story. They tell the story and get return. So what our platform does is, as a creator, if you post on our platform, just like I explained, a tool. If the tool is connected to our marketplace, you tap the tool to our marketplace, right? Anybody that purchases that tool from your video, you get a fair percent of our profit. Let's say if the tool was 30,000 naira and our profit is supposed to be 7,000 naira, you get up to 30% of that profit. So in return, the farmers are making value and the creators are making value. So it gives access to everybody.
All right. So you know, just like I said, not all farmers are educated. Yes. Now, for those that are not too educated, but then they have educational background, how can artificial intelligence, AI, help those farmers, merchants, and buyers make smarter decisions?
All right. So for farmers, AI has actually revolutionized every sector in the world. So for farmers, I'll say JOS, or should I say Lagos? Ministry of Agriculture, rather, EPE. I know some smart farmers that work with IoT, that's Internet of Things, AI-powered solutions. So the first on the list is forecasting.
Okay.
So there are AI systems that can help you forecast weather condition,
yes,
tell you when to plant, tell you when this commodity is going to go high, tell you when to sell, right? So AI is actually going to help farmers make informed decisions, even in the inventory system, because many farmers don't document, right? So let's say you have a storage of yam, and you need proper documentation once they leave the stock, how they go to the market. AI does all of these things seamlessly, but it now depends on the digital knowledge of the farmer, right? So, but AI is actually doing a lot for the farming industry, or that's agricultural industry to say as well.
Okay. Now, when it comes to food inflation, you know there is food inflation here, and it remains a major concern for many households. Cool. Now, how can digital innovation contribute to improving food affordability and food security?
Good. I'll start with farmers now have access to a platform that they can sell easily. The reason why there's inflation is because it's not because we do not produce. Africa does not have production problem. We have distribution problem, which is a major bottleneck, right? Yes. So a digital platform that connects all of these key players. Of course, let me use one of our solutions as a key placeholder, right? We have a food vault system that allows users like yourself, household, businesses, even corporate entities, you know, get food for their staffs. Let me use corporate entities first, private companies or government agency, get food for their staffs and pay, periodically. Let's say for an individual like myself, I can save on food vault for a period of 2 months, just like PDVS. Yes. But now you know you're not getting your money back, you're getting for the return. This in return helps create a system for even farmers and merchants, because of course they know they are distributing this food to people that need it immediately. Tools like this can edge against food insecurity. Okay. And it can even manage the level of harvest loss that we have, because if these farmers have people to give this food to distribute this food to, I don't think there will be need for post-harvest loss. And food insecurity, I would say we have the solution. FarmStack is that solution. Once we launch and everybody is able to access food at any time, trust me, we'll be able to cover at least 30 to 60% of food security at household level.
So now I'm bridging the gap between farmers and those that need products. Let's use your company for example. I know trust is often a challenge in online transactions. Now, how can digital agricultural platforms like yours build confidence among users and encourage wider adoption?
Good. The first one is verification. So unlike normal traditional markets, you do not know these farmers. You do not have any details about them. You just know that they are situated in this location, right? Platform like mine gets verified suppliers, get verified merchants, verified farmers.
Okay.
You as a buyer are being verified. And transparency in pricing is another thing. Compared to other traditional markets, you go to this market, this price is different. You go to this market, this price is different. But on digital platform, we try as much as possible to make sure that those prices are direct from farm price instead of middlemen to the end consumers. Also, another thing is the escrow system. So many people want to buy, but they are scared of paying to your account, right? But what digital system does, like ours, is a buyer buys the product and the money the buyer pays is stored in our account until we confirm that the goods delivered to this buyer is legit, not what I ordered versus what I got. The money is released to you. I mean, escrow system too works, right? So for me, I think these are the little ways: transparency in pricing, verified suppliers, verified buyers, and escrow system. I mean, that creates transparency and trust.
Okay. So many smallholder farmers have limited access to technology.
True.
Yes. Now, what practical steps are needed to ensure they are not left behind in the digital space?
The first step is actually onboarding field workers that are digitally inclined. And this is one of our process. The reason for this is we know farmers are not that smart, not all, but I mean majority of them in the north, but I know some of them in Jos are so inclined digitally. But for those that are not inclined, first off, I believe and I know that integrating digital workers to like help them understand this process is one of the first steps, and that's what we are doing. So one of our long-term goal is actually partnering with the likes of telecoms, that is, or maybe mobile operator like Techno or whatever it is, to like give these farmers preloaded devices that is just for this digital platform only,
Okay.
right? To help them, connect these dots in the digital space, right? So for me, that's what I think, and also the government can play a part in this, right? By giving them access to, financing. This financing now covers them going for digital literacy courses, which we too can handle at the end of the day, right? So this is just the basic thing they need: access to on-field workers that can train them little by little, and partnership to get them preloaded devices.
So let's say there's a collaboration, yeah? Now, how can better collaboration between farmers, merchants, buyers, and creators strengthen the entire agricultural value chain?
Thank you very much. So just like I said, if everybody works in isolation, a creator just does this thing, the merchant does this thing, farmer just wants to sell, buyer just, So, but if all of these people can come together on one platform, I would not say I'm 100% certain. I would say, based on my forecast and my experience, right, I believe they are going to contribute so much to this fast-growing economy, right? Let me give an example. You are planning a ceremony, right, and you need to make pound yam. You come to a platform that sells all of these produce, right, that has the merchants, you yourself as a buyer, the farmer. What if you need to make an informed decision before buying yam? That's where AI comes in. The AI has the system there. You can browse it like, oh, Stack AI, where can I get the best yam in Nigeria? It brings all the information, and if that product is in the market, it suggests it to you. Then you have made an informed decision. Outside this, you can still go to the creators aspect of it. Search videos of farmers, planting yam and the likes. You want to know if there's somebody that has actually said or posted something around this. I mean, by watching those videos from that same platform, you are making your decision and you are buying immediately. So it's actually a fair value for everybody, that value chain.
Alright, so how can data and real-time market information help reduce post-harvest losses and improve supply chain efficiently?
Thank you very much. So data is key for every sector. I'll start with farmer. If I do not have data of demand, right,
Okay.
and I plant cassava of about 1 hectare, who am I selling to? Nobody, because I do not know where to sell to. I mean, a lot of people jump into agriculture, but they don't know the market to sell. So imagine a marketplace that has all of this information. You know the demand is there. You know if I plant this, I am selling. That's data. For farmer, that's data. Then for buyer, I mean, unlike normal traditional method that I just go to the market, I have a platform that is verified, that has a lot of suppliers that I can, make my, what's the right word? I can compare prices instead of going from this market to other, doing all of those trades. That is data. Then for merchants, of course, I have data for logistics system because most of the businesses, they are so heavy on logistics. It's not only about getting a product. I know if I come to FarmStack, I can manage all of this process. See when it reaches this place, see when it gets to this point. That's data. Then for me as a creator, am I just creating? No. I don't just create and post on any other platform. I create and post on the platform that already has the buyers, the farmers, the merchants. And I'm getting the fair value, getting the return. That's data. So without data, nobody works. And this will continue to, add to the numbers of post-harvest losses because farmers plant without having the right market. Buyers don't even know where to buy from. They are disconnected. So the platform like this is going to bring everybody together.
Right now, let's boil it down to the government and private institutions. Now, what role do you think they and financial institutions also can actually play in accelerating the growth of digital agriculture across Nigeria and Africa?
All right, so we have a lot of farmers. In fact, 60% of Africa's workforce is in agriculture. But we still have poor farmers. A lot of them are still poor. So the role government to play first is giving them access to investments, financing, and how can this work? Instead of the traditional way of going to communities to pick 200 farmers, pick 500 farmers, you come to platforms like as verified farmers with, history of transaction, what they've done to check their credit access, right? It's not necessarily give them money. It's not necessarily. Solution or companies like FarmStack will take these funds, get these farmers equipment, seedlings, and make sure we follow them through the process. And at harvest, we are buying from them. It's a fair value for them, and government can facilitate this funding. Then for financial institutions, just like I said, access to funding too, but of course they have to go through some scrutiny, and they can do that with our platform because we have verified farmers and the likes, right? Another thing is policy regulations for agri-businesses and agri-tech companies. If government can, help with regulations that makes this space open to everybody, because a lot of young people don't see agriculture as a place to fall in. But if there are regulations, there are policies that gives people like us now the opportunity to thrive and scale, why not? Government who can do that. It's a win for everybody.
Okay. So now I'm looking ahead. What emerging technologies or trends do you believe will have the greatest impact on agricultural commerce over the next 5 or 10 years?
AI is actually doing that everywhere. AI is doing so much everywhere. In as much as AI is big, but I think robotics is one of those things that can power with AI and do wonders, because AI gives you predictive solutions, make you make informed decisions. But connecting AI to hardware, of course, you make this decision and those hardware do it for you immediately. Let's say as a farmer, I don't want to stress. I use AI to make all of this informed decision, and I have an hardware that I prompt all of these things to do it for me. It is time to water my plant. The hardware does that for me.
Yes.
So AI plus Internet of Things hardware works marvelously. The blockchain aspect too. I so much love the blockchain system that is for tracing whatever thing that is passing through the blockchain. Let's say for export purpose, blockchain can trace when this item leaves this place to when it gets to the UK. So the blockchain is one of them. And the biggest one that I see creating wave is the creator economy. Because creator economy in Africa is so big, the industry is so big that I won't mention the amount, but it's crazy. So imagine a space where people don't have to, think before they buy because there's already somebody telling them word of mouth.
Yes.
Imagine a big influencer coming to tell you about this product. You are buying because people buy from word of mouth than any other marketing strategy you do.
Yes.
So the creator economy is one big deal. I think in the next 5 years will be a big wave in the agricultural industry. If you trust me, if you believe me.
All right. So now, what opportunities does a connected ecosystem create for young entrepreneurs and startups interested in agriculture?
Okay, just like I said, a lot of youths don't want to dive into agriculture because they think it's the normal traditional ways of going to the farm, planting and doing whatnot, right? But platforms like us now are now eye-opening to young people, right?
Yes.
So for us, I believe we cannot build it all. Even Dangote, as big as he is, cannot build everything around agriculture. So platforms like us now give young people this mindset, this aspiration of, okay, FarmStack is building this tech part. I can build the logistic rate part. I can build cold chain storage. Just like I said, transporting tomato too. We do not have it. FarmStack do not have it. I mean, young people can think of strategies. We can even think of agri-fintech. Instead of farmers going to bank, normal local bank to get loans and access credit financing. Why not have a credit system that's, the embedded finance system that allows you to get access to these farmers and get their financial transaction using this to give them credit. It makes a lot of sense. FarmStack is part of that journey, but it's not something you're really pushing now. So I so much believe that the agri-tech space is going to grow so big, and if youths are willing to jump in, there are so many opportunities, just like I mentioned.
All right. So finally, what message would you like to leave with farmers, businesses, young innovators, and consumers about embracing digital solutions to build a stronger and more sustained agricultural economy?
Okay, first on the list is me telling farmers that we are not coming to abolish the traditional system. We are just trying to make sure that everybody in this ecosystem gets fair value, right? Of course, I cannot stop my 12 markets. We cannot stop my 12 markets. We cannot. So I'm mentioning my 12 market. I'm in Lagos, so I feel that's the biggest market here. So for innovators, this is me telling innovators that there are a lot of opportunities in this space. If I can build in this space without even going to the farm, there are a lot of opportunities. Now with the power of AI, you can do a lot. Then for businesses, one of the advice is, it took a lot of people time to jump on this AI system. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
In as much as it's the new technology,
Yes.
it took a lot of people time. Even innovators like myself, it took us time to jump on AI because we felt like it's new. Anything can happen at any time. But I advise businesses to see opportunities in tech-related services, not just the normal local means of doing business. I'll see FarmStack as an example. Everything that goes through FarmStack is monitored. You can monitor your procurements from beginning to the end, and AI system can help you make informed decisions like, you are running out of stock, you have 10 tons left if you're a manufacturer. Should I restock for you? Just a click of a button, you click, everything happens. So I'll advise businesses to jump on such opportunities. And for the buyers, platforms like us will only grow if you buy and spread the gospel. Creators are there, farmers are there, merchants are there, buyers like yourself are there. Words of mouth goes further than any other marketing anybody wants to do. So that's just what I have for them.
Thank you so much for that brilliant discussion we just had, Mr. John Unanji. Mr. Joshua Unanji, and for sharing your valuable insight and perspective on this important subject. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio this morning, sir.
Pleasure.
And have a wonderful day.
And
all right. Today's discussion has highlighted how digital innovation is transforming agriculture by connecting farmers, merchants, buyers, and creators with a single ecosystem. We have also explored how technologies such as artificial intelligence, digital marketplaces, smart procurement systems, and data-driven decision-making can improve market access, strengthen food security, reduce inefficiencies, and create economic opportunities across the agricultural value chain. As African countries and continue to drive toward economic diversification and sustain food system and greater investment in digital infrastructure, innovation, financial inclusion and technology adoption will be essential to unlocking the full potential of agriculture and ensuring that every stakeholder and benefit from a more connected and efficient ecosystem. And yes, if you're just joining us for the first time, you're just listening, you can catch highlights of this conversation and connect with us on social media. We are at Trade FM Live across all platforms: Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram.